the ballot said, "Bring my husband back." The craziest presidential election is happening in Russia right now. Well, the craziest time the country has seen in a very long time brings the craziest elections full of acts of civil disobedience. I personally have not seen anything like this before, and I've been through a lot. But instead of telling you, I would rather show you, because I believe that one picture is better than 1,000 words. And boy, we have had quite a few pictures, motion pictures today. Well, this is the first out of 2 full elections days in Russia. Although for some categories of Russians, elections started a few days ago, today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday, are 2 major days. And today, Saturday, before the election was started, Vladimir Putin received a very unusual note, a congratulations note. And it came from none other than Charles Michel. The note read, "Would like to congratulate Vladimir Putin on his landslide victory in the elections starting today. No opposition, no freedom, no choice." I have not seen anything like this before. And then Vladimir Putin voted. Please take a good look of how he votes. This guy is great. You see, something strange there, right? He storms into his cabinet, gets in front of a computer, does not log in, does not press any buttons, doesn't do anything. He just presses, clicks a mouse, and that's it. He voted. Odd. But hey, this is not the first time he voted like that. Back at looking at 2018, Vladimir Putin voted in a similar manner. And now, a very unusual picture came from the supervisory board of one of the voting stations in one of Russia's provincial city. When they opened the door and they saw the voting boxes that are supposed to be sealed and unmeddled with, untouched, this is the holy box, so to speak, okay? They saw that. They saw even before opening elections, someone already voted. That, my friends, is a crime, right there in front of your eyes. And let's check out another motion picture. This is a provincial village, far away from Moscow, far away from St. Petersburg, where there aren't too many fancy stores fully stocked. This is how a lot of Russians live. Not the most attractive place, I must say. But what's inside? This is the voting station. This is where the locals vote. Nice. Very neat. Very organized. People living above poverty. And let's check out who is monitoring Russian presidential election 2024. These are the International Commission monitoring, official commission monitoring Russian presidential elections. Now, something odd here. Why are these guys wearing bulletproof vests? Is this dangerous? I mean, it doesn't look like it's dangerous around them. They're surrounded by children, women, elderly. You know, everyone's nice. And yet they're wearing bulletproof vests. What the heck? Well, this is how they monitor the elections in Russia these days. Guys look hungry. And now some more serious stuff. Check this out. Molotov cocktail. Place is set on fire. I want you to take a good look at the woman who did this. She's not panicking, she's not running away, she's not trying to hide. She's right there. And then she was obviously arrested, and she was given explanations to the police of why she did this. The girl was trying to put green dye to ruin all the ballots and to ruin this the voting box. Now this footage doesn't have any sound. But what it appears that someone actually blew up a smoke grenade. This is definitely an act of civil disobedience. And then police always, makes people to explain their actions afterwards. Now won't you? This is a very interesting footage. Are you watching carefully and closely? Did you notice anything odd? I noticed a crime. Let's rewind a little bit. Now, folks, look. That lady in the background, look what she's doing. It appears that this guy in front of us in the overcoat is blocking the cameraman. Watch closely what that lady is doing behind him. And the cameraman is asking, what the heck is that? She has a stack, not just one page, but a stack of pages. And she has an official badge, and boom, right there, crime is committed. See, she has a badge, she's an official. She's not a voter. Right there. Caught red-handed. And everyone is acting as if nothing extraordinary is happening, and they have letter V's plastered all over them, and this police is right next to this lady, and everything is hunky-dory. Let's jump to the next video. You see that voting box? That's a dye inside. This older lady came in and threw dye, poured dye inside. Green dye. More green dye. This dye can be bought at any pharmacy in Russia, and it's like peroxide. You know, if you have a cut, you put green dye in it. And it marks everything real well. I think that's a different angle. Look. That's the act of civil disobedience. one more time. The lady is not running away. I want you to notice this. Her behavior. She just tries to walk away. Another picture. This is one of those rare acts when the actor is a man. They certainly did not expect this. Another place set on fire. She takes her telephone out, and she doesn't run away. She doesn't even try. Older lady. She did actually manage to put dye inside the voting box. Налила зеленку. She poured dye, green dye in it. What are you gonna do now? Oh, I don't know. Another act of disobedience. They don't let her do that. Look at the policewoman jumps onto that lady.
А вот на полу, да, след?
На полу след какой-то определенный, и вот, собственно говоря, инцидент.
Вот, видишь, она внизу.
Another person sets a facility on fire.
Вот, видишь? И снимает. И сейчас телефон достает и снимает.
Look, she's not trying to run away. She films. She films on her telephone. One of those ladies arrested and put into a cage. Now, you know, like I said, I have not seen anything like that. Usually, presidential elections in Russia is a peaceful event. Music plays, plenty of hot air balloons. No, not hot air balloons. Plenty of helium balloons. Kids' balloons. I remember 2018, there were a lot of happy people going and voting. This year, 2024, 6 years later, we're seeing lots of unhappy people. Lots of people who are ready to risk their freedoms, risk even their lives, risk everything they have to show that they disagree. They stand up. They want to be heard. Unlike anything I've seen before. This is another crime. See, this is sealed. And what you do is you take a piece of paper, you fill out in a place where nowhere can see, and you put it right into the box and through a little hole on top. And then this piece of paper, the ballot, with your mark, with your choice, is placed and it falls down and it lands in a chaotic order. What you're seeing right here is a stack of ballots. It means someone put a stack of ballots and put them all together. And that, my friends, is a crime. Take a good look at it. And this is classic. One guy was walking by the voting facility, place where the voting took place. And it's 8:20 p.m. And the voting facility is closed and voting officially ended for Saturday. And look what they're doing. They are adding ballots. They're manipulating the presidential elections of Russia 2024. That is a crime happening in front of your eyes. This is another video from one of the voters. Or perhaps it even coming from the officials. Who does this guy think he is? Okay, that fella right there is voting. He is guaranteed privacy according to Russian constitution and different Russian laws. No one is allowed to walk and see what that man inside is doing. And look what this unidentified military-looking guy with a loaded gun is doing. That is breaking a law. He deliberately looks who that citizen is voting for, right there. And that, my friends, is a crime. And this is what was happening earlier today in Prague, Czech Republic. These are Russians, free. They are not scared of anything. Let's check it out again. They came to vote, to cast their votes. They're a real deal. They're free people. They're just like us, the ones who have left Russia. Now, who do you think they're going to be voting for? I have a pretty good idea against who. This footage came from one of the villages in the far east of Russia. Well, some people fight for their country. Some people show that they disagree. They show they commit acts of civil disobedience, and others, they simply dance. Just like that. Oh, this is Russia for you. And this is a very interesting information. Russian social network, that's a screenshot. This is basically a call to go and vote for the strong leader, without names, but we'll understand who the strong leader is. And it is posted by this fella. His name is Pavel Kimiklis. Perhaps it's his family. Perhaps it's his, friends. Perhaps he is, a very, very good citizen. So he urges other Russians to vote. And another post he made, and the posts were made today. He's saying, I already voted and you can do so. Well, except for a little problem. This fella, Pavel Kimiklis, he died, passed away in 2010. His account was hacked into and used to spread propaganda. Well, guess who is powerful enough in Russia to break and hack into accounts easily? Perhaps a certain government agency, isn't it? Well, we don't know that, but we can guess. And this next thing is, I would say, the culmination of today, of Saturday, the first day of voting. Check this out. This is Россия-1, Russian propaganda channel, as official as American Pie. Россия-1, Belgorod chamber, Belgorod department, Belgorod branch, whatever. At about 1 p.m., they were reporting that in Belgorod province, 3.92% of all voters of the province, citizens who live in Belgorodskaya province, voted. 3.92. And this is the official information from the Central Election Committee, and it was posted 2 hours later. 2 hours later, at around 3 p.m. And it says that as of 3 p.m., 15th of March, 2024, 50.25% of citizens and voters who live in Belgorod province casted their votes. 1 p.m., 3.92, and I think it's a real number. Makes sense. And 2 hours later, 50.25%. Now, can you imagine 550,000 people packing voting places, schools, hospitals, I don't know, anywhere they conduct votes in Belgrade, and vote 550,000 in 2 hours. 550,000 people jam-packing voting places and voting. Again, this is official information coming from Russian Russian state, because Russian TV stations are part of Russian state. Россия-1, Central Election Committee. Oh, and this is just the beginning. This is full day 1. Tomorrow, day 2. Tomorrow on Sunday is usually when elections happen, on any Sunday. They changed legislation. Now it's 2 days. Used to be 1 day. Sunday is day to watch for. Definitely gonna be watching. Tomorrow, I'll be covering, streaming, and making videos. But before I finish today, I'd like to ask you if you notice oddities in these numerous pictures. I know, they're odd as it is, but there's something about them that doesn't make any sense. First, almost all women committing acts of disobedience. All women, no men, just one. Second, most women are older. Older women, usually in Russia, they're quiet. Very odd. Third, they are unprepared, untrained, unskilled, unexperienced, unorganized. They're clearly individual. They're not part of any movement. They are not manipulated. They act on their own. It seems like most of them, they have no clue what they're doing. They are open in their actions. They don't hide. They don't try to run. They commit an act and they stand there, taking out their phones and, filming or whatever. They commit act of disobedience and stand there waiting till they get arrested. And, according to Russian law, they commit a very serious crime. According to Russian law, that's a felony, punished by up to I think 5 or 7 years in prison. They know they commit a crime, yet they don't try to hide, they don't try to run. As if they show a gesture of desperation. People who have nothing to lose, women who have nothing to lose. I dare to suggest that they are mothers and wives of Russian men who will never return from Ukraine. Please watch more live coverage of Russian presidential election 2024 right here, Carthago delenda est.